So I finally finished Peacemaker Season 2 in its entirety, and I'd been anticipating that the end of this season would bring about something quite big, because I'd read from James Gunn that it was going to set things up, despite there not definitely being a Season 3, but Peacemaker is 100% hugely involved in the DC universe, so we're thinking movies and things. So after Season 1, after those comments, had huge expectations. Now, I did a review of the first episode. I saw other people drop like the first 5 or 6 episode reviews before they'd come out, which I'm not really a fan of, because it's like, oh, I might have missed them. They must have come out. No, they didn't. Okay. So breaking it down, really, the characters on the whole, I mean, they were the same characters that we left. They had the development that we needed. Look, in this sense, I really enjoyed the season, and the trauma that Chris goes through, John Cena's character, and I will actually praise the fact that with the multiverse in DC through Peacemaker, they've now done it a lot quicker. We did not need a protracted multiverse storyline simply because we've had it in Marvel recently. And yes, Marvel are not DC, DC are not Marvel. However, do we need to go through that again? But the way I saw that Peacemaker should go is, so Chris, John Cena's character, started off being not a very nice guy, but there's a nice guy inside. He's got his demons, his father, all the horrible things outside in his life that are making him go, I need to be this horrible a-hole person. He fights that. I mean, he literally kills his demon, his father, in the first season. In the second season, it's about him not feeling his place in the world, and I think they got that across really, really well. Hence why it's so perfect with the multiverse, because it's like, oh, I found something way better. I found, the grass is always green on the other side, and I thought it fit perfectly about him finding himself. Now, when it came to the multiverse stuff, I thought it was good, and it served its purpose up until the point, okay, so I didn't mind the whole, hang on a minute, the Nazis? I mean, we all knew something was going to be off about the universe. The Nazi trope can be really, really quite lazy these days. I mean, when are we ever going to move on from it, or at least have not everything be either Nazis or the 80s? And actually, I don't mind stuff being the 80s as much, not quite as in your face as the Nazi stuff, I will say. Plus, the 80s kind of happened after the Nazis, so we haven't had as much of it yet. And I really like the way that they flipped the script in the multiverse, because it was literally the opposite. Like, the father was the really nice guy. Chris was obviously at the other end, being his father in that universe. And the middle one was the brother, who was sort of, I sort of believe in this stuff, but at the same time, like, I don't believe in all of it necessarily, but it's the system, and the father's like, I make what I can of the universe. It's really sad to see the father die. Loved Vigilante getting his BFF and his double BFF, like himself. And I thought Addie was done really well. Harcourt, look, I think her character was done well. It's just with Harcourt, I think they make her too unlikable at times. And I do like her. That's a funny thing to say, saying she's too unlikable, but I think they go a bit too far with that. It's not like a big deal. But then she's probably supposed to be the opposite of Chris deep down, but then she has to come to a place of being good. So it's a difficult balancing act, really. And when it came to the bad guy, old Rick Flag, yeah, that was a good enough job. It wasn't a bad guy in the traditional sense that he was like a bad guy throughout the whole thing. It was sort of going through the motions. It was a build-up. I felt a lot of this Peacemaker season was a build-up to other things, and it was really weird how in episode 7, that felt like a finale episode when he came out of the multiverse. And that's another thing I'll criticize with the multiverse thing. Well, not the multiverse per se, but more the multiverse, what they did with it, where his father was killed, he admitted he killed all the people, they got away from it. It all seemed a bit of a rush, but on top of that, when he left and his brother was not killed, but his brother was alive, which they've obviously left hanging, that felt like the cliffhanger. And then Chris has all this trauma, which was brilliant, by the way, just looking at, oh my God, this guy's just traumatized from everything. This is like the ultimate trauma superhero show. That was good. And it showed a lot. And then episode 8, the last one, felt like, okay, this was like an advert for other things, especially at the end, when it's like, oh, he's trapped inside the better multiverse than Lex Luthor was doing in the Superman movie. The one they've perfected now. Well, say perfected, they've just found it and found a good way around it, with Rick Flag wanting it so badly that he works with Lex Luthor. I liked that he was like prepared to compromise and work with Lex Luthor, because he was not a fan of Lex Luthor, really. It's kind of doing a deal with the lesser devil. And there, I think that gives Rick Flag chance for, maybe not redemption. I don't know. He might get redemption, or he might be able to tail back a bit because he's losing himself with the ultimate goal. It's just at any cost. So that was good. But I felt that at the end it was a bit flat in terms of what we had from episode 7 to episode 8 as a final episode. Where it will go, we don't know with season 3. We know Peacemaker's going to be heavily involved, but we don't know where it's going to go in terms of, is there going to be a season 3? Is he going to be heavily involved in a movie, like a sort of double movie? 2 characters who are the main eventers, but he'll sort of be slightly second to another character. Don't know. But generally, I'm a big fan of Peacemaker. I think this is the Guardians of the Galaxy of the DC universe in James Gunn's world. Very small property in terms of like some of the larger names they've got. But now Peacemaker's a far, far, far bigger part of it and can be going forward. In conclusion, I really liked what they did with the characters. I thought it was a lot of fun. I thought they stuck to what Peacemaker was. I thought that the stuff in the multiverse with flipping how the family members were, I mean, his brother being alive as well, stuff like that, that was fun. And seeing how things, I suppose, could have been in the good, the bad, and the ugly, because he learns the grass isn't green on the other side. And just how he appreciates the people around him, and maybe it's setting up, as I think, for the full circle thing of, oh, now I'm a good guy and I've got the people that I appreciate and I know my place in the world. So yeah, they've set that up, as well as lots of other things potentially for the DCU with the multiverse ending. But what did you think? Did you enjoy Peacemaker Season 2? Please comment below, let me know what you thought. Please like, subscribe, ring the bell, all that stuff. Support the channel if you want to hear more. It's appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you later.